Hey friends, welcome to our continued series all about our British Isles trip. My husband and I did a 4-night pre-cruise stay in London, followed by a 12-night British Isles cruise, and it was so amazing. So we're gonna be breaking this down into different videos so that we can cover all of the different topics. If you missed other videos in this series, we'll go ahead and link them below so that you can check them out. This video is all about our final days in London before we head to Southampton to board our British Isles cruise on the Regal Princess. Let's talk about our second day riding the hop-on hop-off bus and what we thought of the Blue Line. Spoiler alert, it was not what we thought it was gonna be, and there's some things that you really need to know before you ride on the Blue Line portion. Then we're gonna chat about our excursion in the Tower of London, the time of day that you should see it, things to do right away, and then things you can avoid if you're not feeling it, and how you can make the most of your time in London when you travel there. Hi, welcome to our channel, Mocha Vacations. I'm Carrie. My husband Matt and I are absolute cruise addicts and your go-to travel agents for all things cruising tips, tricks, and real talk reviews. We really love to help you make the most of your vacations, from booking to boarding and everything in between. If you love to cruise, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. We drop new videos often and you don't want to miss out. All right, it is officially our second full day in London and we are going to go ahead to catch the big bus and take the Blue Line today. This route heads a little bit further out of the city to see Harrods, the Victoria and Albert Museum, Kensington Palace, Notting Hill, and more. So luckily, it is another beautiful day here. It's a great day to be riding the bus. We're gonna start by heading to Harrods. This is a huge shopping store. It is literally 8 floors with a food hall, restaurants, and shops. We don't spend a lot of time shopping in Harrods, so since we got a little bit later start today and the bus rides to Harrods did take a little bit longer, we are now at lunchtime. So we head out to find a restaurant and we go to the Mayfair Chippy. We almost decide to get our own meal, but since we're really not sure of the portion sizes here, we do decide to split the gluten-free fish and chips that come with 2 sauces and mushy peas. What's up with England and mushy peas? How did this even become a thing? So our waiter brings us our fish and chips and the portion is so huge. We are so thankful that we decided to split this bad boy. But it is absolutely delicious and it pairs nicely with our Coke Zero. Y'all know we love a good Coke Zero. After lunch, we decide that we want to go to the Victoria and Albert Museum because it's pretty close by. I am not much of a museum person, but Matt is, so we do decide to give it a go. It's free and we are right by it. The Casts Court was our favorite thing to see at the museum. This is shown in 2 different areas and they contain plaster copies of some of the world's most famous sculptures and architectural features. We do spend a really good amount of time here looking at everything. Each cast has so much detail on it. If you come to the museum, definitely check out the Cast Court. It is worth it just to see this area alone. After the museum, we decide to hop back on the bus and head to our hotel. It's a much longer bus ride than we anticipated, and I will say that we did think it was a little bit too long of a ride. While it was fun to see some of the things on the Blue Line, the amount of time that we're on the bus to get here just isn't worth it for us. We would just take the underground or grab an Uber if we want to come back next time instead of riding the bus for this long. I'm not saying we regret doing this portion of the big bus tour, but we really wouldn't do it again. We would, however, do the Red Line. That was really good for us though because it stopped at a lot more popular areas and the bus ride was shorter between the different stops and they're all in central London. Okay, now that we're back to the hotel, we're just gonna rest and chill for a while before we head out for dinner. We have a big day tomorrow exploring the Tower of London, so we really wanna make sure that we're rested and we are ready. All right, it is officially our final day in London before we board our cruise, so let's head out of the hotel and walk to the Tower of London. The main reason that we stayed at the Hilton Doubletree Tower of London is so that we can easily walk to the Tower of London, and it's only about a 5-minute walk from the hotel. We did pre-book these tickets online to the Tower of London since it was one of the main things that we wanted to see while we were here. We were advised by one of our friends that we really should visit as soon as possible to help avoid the crowds, so we ended up getting tickets for 9 o'clock a.m. to be one of the first to enter the tower. It can get super busy here if you go later in the day, so while they only allow so many visitors to enter with the tickets at each hour, you can stay as long as you want, and we are not about fighting a crowd when we explore, so earlier in the day, the better. As soon as we enter the tower, we walk through a gorgeous walkway with stunning details on the ceiling. We are literally surrounded by history and beautiful architecture the second we start exploring. We head right to the Crown Jewels exhibit to check it out. This is one of the most popular exhibits, so it gets busy fast, and we really want to make sure that we get there before there's a huge line. We are luckily one of the first to arrive, and we get right in. Photos and videos are not allowed inside, so unfortunately, we don't have any photos or videos to share with you, but I can tell you that the Crown Jewels are absolutely stunning and definitely worth seeing. It doesn't take long for us to see the Crown Jewels, so once we're done, we start wandering around to see everything. We do have a map that we can reference to see where we're at and what else we want to see. They also have signs posted around the tower, so they make it really easy for us to get around. Outside the Crown Jewels exhibit, we see there's these cute little baboon statues on a wall. This is part of the Royal Menagerie. There are sculptures of animals scattered all throughout the tower, close to where these animals were housed when they lived here. So in addition to these cute little baboons, there's going to be a family of lions, a polar bear, and an elephant all around the Tower of London, and it's really fun to try to find all of them when you visit. We continue our exploration and come across this really cool bronze 24-pound cannon. This beast weighs 5 3/4 tons, and it was commissioned by the Order of St. John. It's decorated with bands of cupids and vines and St. Michael overthrowing Satan. So although I'm really not into weapons, I love the detail on this cannon. As we're walking around, we notice a few ravens. It is so cool how close you can get to them, and they just sit there and stare at you. Fun fact, these tower ravens are guardians of the realm, and according to tradition, if the ravens ever leave the tower, the crown will fall and so will the United Kingdom. So for this reason, 6 ravens are always kept on site under the care of the Raven Master. Now, while we didn't see all 6, we did see quite a few throughout. Wow, look at all of these beautiful poppies. There are 30,000 poppies in this display called Blood-Swept Lands and Sea of Red. And this is to commemorate the anniversary of the end of World War II. These poppies are mostly on the ground and they form this stunning tree. They are also displayed inside the Traitors' Gate. Before we head into the White Tower, we stop for a few pics. This spot has the absolute perfect view of the Tower Bridge behind us, so of course we have to get some selfies. We find this to be one of our favorite spots to get a pic with this stunning bridge behind us. All right, let's head into the White Tower and check out the Royal Armory. I mentioned that I am not really into weapons, but the Royal Armory is pretty cool. It has a huge collection of swords, armor, and historical artifacts. The White Tower is definitely worth checking out, if for nothing else than to see this lovely bathroom here that they used to go and use where the waste went, down the side of the building. How lovely. Bless modern plumbing, friends. There was a lot to see in the White Tower, and it was Matt's favorite place in the whole Tower of London. I do want to mention that if you decide to go into the White Tower, it is more than one level and you'll navigate them by going down a small spiral staircase. There is a railing for safety, but if you have mobility issues or even a stroller, it is just something to be mindful of. Speaking of stairs, along the tower walls, we find a couple of different staircases to get onto the battlements. Now, these battlements top the fortress walls and they have great views of the tower and of the city. We had a great time exploring the Tower of London. There is so much to do here. You'll definitely want to plan at least about 3 hours to see everything, but it really depends on the pace that you want to go. As we leave the Tower of London, of course, we have to stop for another pic of the beautiful Tower Bridge. I am telling you, there are so many places throughout London to get great pictures of this beautiful, stunning bridge. It's also a really cool view of the Tower of London right outside the gates. After all that exploring, we are officially ready for lunch. We find an amazing place to eat called Pret a Manger. This is seriously our new favorite place to eat, and I really wish that we found this on day one. They have so many ready-to-go options like salads, sandwiches, pastries. They've got a little coffee shop and more. We just grabbed a salad with falafel and hummus, and y'all, this is one of the best salads Matt and I have ever had. We need these restaurants in the States. We would seriously eat here all the time. After lunch, we decided to walk around a bit and just explore London some more, and then we head back to our hotel to pack up most of our stuff. We're gonna be leaving early in the morning to head to the cruise ports, and we just don't like rushing around and packing first thing in the morning when we get up. For dinner, we decided that we just wanna stay close to the hotel. There's a fun pizza place called Zizzi, and we just walk right to it. We decided to split the Primavera pizza, which is goat cheese, mozzarella, artichokes, fire roasted peppers, and pesto. It is pretty good. The only issue that we find with this restaurant is that we have to wait a long time just to get our drinks and our pizza, even though the restaurant only has like 3 other tables in use. But yeah, a fun pizza experience, and it was good. After dinner, we take a nice walk, and then we head back to our hotel to rest up for our cruise embarkation day. Although we're a little nervous about how it will go taking the train to Southampton, we are really excited to start our cruise. Make sure to subscribe to catch the next videos in this series as we head to Southampton to board our fabulous 12-night cruise and sail the British Isles on Regal Princess. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next cruise.